hardware. Okay, this is the traditional block diagram of a computer: CPU, memory, input, output, right? So you give an input from your input devices like a keyboard, so to your CPU. CPU process it, and if required, it store data in memory, or it will require it retrieve the data from memory or instructions from memory. So it will for useful for it process, and it process it and shows on your output device. It put it on an output device like a monitor. This is the traditional block diagram. Later block diagram will change, so we'll see that. Here it is. There is a basic PC components are there for internal components. This is a cabinet, guys. This is the total outer layer is called a cabinet. So it is a full empty cabinet. Of course, there is a SMPS is inside, and there is a fan for cooling purpose. So remaining nothing is there inside this cabinet. This is called a cabinet. The box we call it as a cabinet. Okay. The inside a cabinet we'll put a certain components like your motherboard, on motherboard CPU, RAM. Okay. And BIOS is also on motherboard only. Okay, means ROM is also in your motherboard, and hard disk CD-ROMs are connected to your motherboard, which is inside this cabinet only. SMPS is also inside your cabinet only. We are connecting to this cabinet from outside, like a from backside. Like you can connect monitor, you can connect power supply, you connect keyboard, mouse, LAN connections, front panel, power button, power LED, hard disk LED, USB connections, audio connectivity is also there. So here it is a computer, the internal component, CPU, central processing unit, which is our processor. This box is not CPU. People call normally, give me that CPU. Okay, in that CPU it is there, because people are habituated to call it as a CPU. CPU is not that one. CPU is a processor, central processing unit. It is a small chip. This is a cabinet. RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, which is nothing but our BIOS chip or a UEFI chip. Motherboards. So basically all devices, all components, all devices or components connected to motherboard either directly or through cable, we are connecting to motherboard only. Either internally or externally also we are connected to motherboard. So all are connected to your motherboard only. Okay. Hard disk, CD-ROM, solid state drives for storing purposes, of course, SMPS for a power supply, switch mode power supply. Floppy disks are not there nowadays, of course. Floppy disk option is removed from the system. Okay. Yeah, if you have a floppy disk and still you want to connect a floppy disk, you have to purchase external floppy disk. Even CD-ROM, DVDs also not giving for any regular desktops. Okay, so mostly if you have a CD or a DVD, you have to connect with the external CD, DVD writers. ROMs. And of course, we can connect different devices to the our cabinet like a keyboard, mouse. Keyboard is a standard input device, mouse is a pointer device, monitor is output device for displaying purpose. Printers and scanners. The printer, you have a document that is called you have a document in your computer. Okay, that is a soft copy, right? That is called a soft copy. You use taken a printout on paper, right? That is called a hard copy. Scanners, a hard copy to soft copy means you have a document. For example, your college certificate is there. You want to send someone through email. What to do? You scan the document, so then it converts into soft copy. So it come into our PC as a soft copy, and we can able to forward, right? So that's the printers and scanners will do. Touchpads like this, touchpads. Use laptops usually having touchpads. Okay. touch screens. Nowadays, some laptops like a tablets type, we have a touch screen kind of stuff is there, right? So touch screens using touch input, you can able to give for operating applications like mic and speakers. Of course, I'm speaking, so my mic is receiving. I'm able to hear through my speakers. So mic is will take your audio input. So speakers will give audio output. So card readers. So if you have SD cards, memory cards, so either on board, like if you buy laptop directly, we have a card readers are there. Bluetooth devices, you can connect a Bluetooth devices to your system using Bluetooth interfaces. External hard disk, of course, you can use your USB port to connect external hard disk. Joysticks, gaming controllers we have nowadays. Okay, these are the basic components of your computer. Guys, this is a
So,
CPU. Yeah, tell me.
sir, can we check battery life using command?
I think there is a command is there, not to battery checking, just a battery status we can able to check with the command, but I forget that one. Okay, power options related battery command is there. Actually, I done for this laptop only so many years back.
Yes.
So if you have a get a battery problem, guys, check with your both your charger, laptop charger and battery. Both you have to check properly. So your battery life is no more kind of stuff. Remove the battery, connect with the charger. So if laptop is working, there may be a your battery problem, or maybe your system to battery connect charging connectivity problem also there. You have to make sure that, and you have to change the battery. My suggestion is better to go to a proper service center, authorized service centers, or authorized laptop service centers also there. Proper laptop service centers also there. So global tech, some names are there. Even you can see some advertisements. You can find laptop service centers. This is a company authorized laptop centers like this. So yeah, you can go to this one also. There is a lot of laptop centers, but you have to check properly or go through some references. I changed my battery. That's it. So finally, after 1 week of troubleshooting, so I changed my battery from directly Lenovo. I went to Lenovo. I changed my battery. Next one, guys, you ask one question battery. So in which ways I will give you one information. Lot of people use both the mobile phone and as well as a laptop in the charging wise. People think 100% charging is very dangerous because once it is reached 100%, if you still keep your charger, it will become a 110%. It will damage your battery. No, guys. No, guys. That is not much a simple circuit. It is a cut-off circuit will be there. The reverse point is there. When means once 100% completed, it won't receive any charge. Once 100 to 99 is happen, so it will be reduced. Okay, that is the one thing. Next, never take less than 50%. Your battery is now at 50% or 51%. Put immediately charge it. Okay, don't go with the 45 40% because of battery is full battery is like this. 50% is like this. After 50%, it is drawn very drastically. Okay, that is not good. Okay, of course, battery management is also there. For example, if you use very less, very lightly using, so it will lightly it will consume battery, but still you reduce the what we can say the brightness and all, so it will reduce, it will utilize lesser, but still once it is reached 50%, next one we don't know as a regular user. So if your battery is about to come to 50, 55, 54, immediately connect a charger. Okay. Next, never put your battery into very less percentage, 10%, 15%, 20%. If you are in a, for example, it is a 10% of battery or less than 10%. Now you connected a charger. What your battery thinks, it want to draw more current. Voltage is same, but you want to draw more current. So while drawing more current, battery will get heat. Okay, that heat causes damage of not only a battery, that because of that heat, laptop components also will damage. Laptop components also will be get damaged. Okay, what happened? Yeah. Good. Okay. Next one, guys. When you are doing heavy work, for example, I'm taking class. How much process is happening? One is I'm sharing my desktop and my voice and application will consume more battery power. Now this is the paint and there is a browsers. Okay, and some applications are running. It consume more battery power. If I don't connect my charger, what happen? So it will, the battery will be completed very faster. Okay, so compulsory connect your charger and use your system. Whenever you do heavy work, okay, or moderated work, compulsory put a charger and use. Even it is 100%, no problem. This laptop I purchased almost like a 2013, almost more than 9 years. Okay, more than 8 to 9 years it is there. I change only once a the battery. Before 5 6 years, before 5 years, I changed this battery. Okay, so almost from 5 years, I'm using same battery, same principle. If you can understand now how I'm using this kind of stuff. I never remove this battery charger. I will use while I'm using. I don't put a charging also. Sometimes power is off also, no problem. For 1 hour, 2 hours, no problem, it will run. Okay, but still I'm using with the battery power.
But sir,
Because when
laptop
I
gets
do
heated at that time.
what it is,
Laptop gets heated at that time when we plug in the charger and work continuously.
no problem, no problem. Because 100% charging, 100% charging. So charging will fall for a 1% till it will charge. So battery is full, no problem. Okay, it is not get heat.
But sir,
But
supply is continuously available and that's why it gets heated, I
and
think.
if it is a manufacturer default means manufacturer faulty battery is there, it means compulsory it will get heated. But when you have
Sir,
a very
actually,
less percentage,
I continuously charging my laptop. Never remove my charger from the laptop. While I'm working, I'm always charging my laptop. Due to which my battery is dead. I need to buy another one. As the shopkeeper told me that don't
sometimes
charge.
battery faults are there. Faulty batteries, even you are 100% charge completed, okay, it get heated. There is a battery faulty and other system load, okay, and the vents, laptop vents are there, no, the holes. If it is closed or dust, it is also system is heated. Okay, so never down 50, less than 50%, because battery is a formula. I work like that. Okay, if lesser battery and now you are putting charge, it will try to draw the more power. Okay. Next, while you are doing heavy work, compulsory put a continuous charge. Okay, heavy work, continuous work. You are playing games or you are doing some big work, big copy kind of stuff is there. Okay, so compulsory continuous charge is important. Very light work, no problem, because battery consumption is very less. And of course, we are not the processor not required more power that time. So the consumption of battery will reduce. Okay, as a regular part. Okay. So that's a manage your battery. And so battery, what are your laptop? The laptop company also provide a battery management apps are there. You can use, so then it will manage your battery properly. Okay. And next one is power management. So you can go to your settings, system. This is the power and sleep management. Screen time, sleep time is also there. When you are connected with the power, when you are running on a battery, so this is the timing is there. And also there is a additional power settings. We'll try. This is balanced power saver, high performance 3 actually there, but it is remote remaining 2 automatically. So I am in a balanced. Balance is better as compared to any other things. Okay. If you have a faulty battery, then definitely it is a big problem. And never use duplicate batteries. Even if it is original batteries and duplicate batteries, both are same. Okay, but better to purchase from companies like Asus, Lenovo. From there only better to buy. Better to check with the references. So in a service center also. So if anyone went there, proper service, problem resolve is there, then you can do it. Some people, if you don't know anything, they'll try to steal your money. Okay, that's the problem. That is enough of battery. So guys, this is the CPU. This is how CPUs look like. It's a small chip. The CPU directly we can insert into your motherboard like this. CPU is a brain of computer. It is a semiconductor device and it is in a single chip. CPU perform arithmetic and logical functions. CPU on motherboard. Okay, see like this. So this is the motherboard. So he has to open this. Okay, he has to open this one and insert a CPU like this. He will insert a CPU and close the lid. You close this lid and lock it like this. He will lock it on this CPU. Once is done like that, okay, he will put a heat sink on it. This is the heat sink fan and heat sink. So they will put a heat sink on this processor. Okay, so they will put a heat sink on it. So what is the use of this heat sink? The processor will get a heated. While processor is running, it will get heated. Okay, so if it is become overheated, processor will damage. The costliest part is a processor anyway. The processor will get damaged. Okay, so what is this heat sink will do? The heat sink absorb the heat. Heat sink absorb the heat to this heat sink. Okay, and the fan will give airflow. Okay, fan will give airflow. So then the heat sink will get a cool. It will maintain the temperature of the. It will maintain the temperature of processor. Okay. Next one is, this is a heat sink paste or thermal paste or thermal compound. Actually, they call it as a thermal compound. Okay. So on processor, they will apply this thermal compound. On processor, they apply thermal compound. On this thermal compound, actually heat sink is there. On this one, they will put a heat sink and heat sink fan. Okay. So what is the use of this thermal compound? So processor is getting heated. Using this thermal compound, the heat sink can absorb maximum heat from the processor. Maximum heat from the processor. See, like this thermal compound is there. Okay. So this thermal compound available in different things. See, different cost is also there. So like injection manner, like this box type, dabba type, like this. Like this. Okay. So this is the thermal compound. So why I'm telling about the story? Actually, I will tell about a processor related, but anyway, I told about a story about a heatsink and heatsink paste and a fan assembly. There is a small troubleshooting is there. When you start your computer, system is started. After a 1 minute or maybe a 5 minutes or 10 minutes, without showing any error, no error on the screen, it restart itself automatically. System is restarting itself. One time it is restarted, after restarted again it is restarting, and again it is continuous restarts without any showing any error, like a blue screen of death kind of error, also not showing anything. It's continuously restart. So we can assume one of the reason why it is restarting. The first one is, okay, assume there's one reason here. It is the processor is getting overheated. Processor is getting overheated. To prevent from damage of this processor, the system try to prevent, do not damage this processor. So what happened? System is restarting the system. Okay, system itself it is restarting to not damage the processor. Processor is getting overheated. Why processor is getting overheated? Maybe heatsink fan is not running. Maybe heatsink is not sit on the processor properly. Maybe heatsink paste is cleaned. Some people, even myself, what I've done, it is my computer. I left in Bangalore and I visited there after 3 years, and I see the computer. I want to clean it, so I took a vacuum cleaner and I cleaned completely with a brush and vacuum cleaner. So I cleaned completely, and in that process, I cleaned my heatsink paste also. Okay. So I assembled everything working fine, and later once I take this system to my home, it is getting again this restarts. So what I've done, I went to market, I purchased this heatsink paste, I applied the heatsink paste. Okay, that is one reason, because that heatsink paste will give more contact between your processor and heatsink. And dust in the heatsink. So if you see a heatsink part. Okay, this heat sink, you can see there is a gaps in are there na? So why gaps? For airflow purpose. Okay, in these gaps the dust is full. In our Pune branch, one day what happened? One computer every 5 minutes is restarting. If it is immediately restarting, we can assume, but after every 5 minutes it is restarting, because that time it is getting heated more. Okay, it is not getting cool. So what happened when I went to I opened the cabinet and see the heat sink is full of dust. So I have taken one brush and completely cleaned that heat sink. Now it is the dust is not there now, so it is getting cool and working fine. Okay, so guys, maybe heat sink is not sit properly, heat sink paste is not there, or heat sink is full of dust, or a heat sink fan is not running properly, or maybe it is full of dust also. In these reasons, the processor heat is not escaped. The processor is getting overheated. To prevent from damage, what system will do? It restart your PC. Okay, so this is the basic one of the troubleshooting thing. So your system is continuous restart without showing any error. So please compulsory check your heatsink paste, heatsink and heatsink fan. Make sure that heatsink is sit properly and make sure that heatsink paste is applied properly. Heatsink fan is running properly and there is no dust. If there is a dust, clean it. Okay. One reason. Just understand heatsink and importance, the heat and all. Very good. And every processor having a certain specifications, like a speed. So current we are having speed in a gigahertz speed, 1 gigahertz, 1.5 gigahertz, 2 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz, 2.6 gigahertz, 3 gigahertz, 3.6 gigahertz, 4 gigahertz, 4.2 gigahertz, like that different gigahertz of speed is there. Example, my processor is 2.6 gigahertz processor. 2.6 gigahertz processor. UEFI 3230M with 2.6 gigahertz. And mine is UEFI processor. It is old processor, third generation anyway. So you can see base speed and the number of cores are 2, number of logical processors are 4. Earlier days, we have only single processor type, a processor with a cache memory. Okay, so the process will load to cache to your CPU and it will process it. It has to follow queue system and priority system. In a server motherboards, so one processor is not enough. What they will do for the server motherboard, they will put a 2 processor, 4 processor, 6 processors, like that. They'll use multi processors. Multiple sockets are there, multiple processors are there. You can see sockets are 1. Next. Later on days, people realize it is difficult for regular desktops, but desktops also required enough of speed of data execution because lot of applications we have to run. So what they will put they to put a 2 processors like this as a single chip, with a shared cache memory. So instructions and data loaded to cache memory. Cache memory share the instructions and data to this processor. This is called a dual core. Next. Okay, normally processor is having enough of to processing speed is there, enough processing speed is there, but utilization is very less. That's why we feel it is a very slower. So what people done, they split one processor into 2 parts. So that is like a first part like a core 0, second part is core 1. So it is become 2 cores. Okay, this is called a core to geo. Earlier the name is core to geo model. It's old name. Next processor is one processor, same as core to geo, but this time they split one processor into 4 parts. It means here also they have a separate cache memories. So this is one instruction, one process running here, one process is running here. In this one, 4 processors can able to run at a time. This is the quad core processor. Core 0, core 1, core 2, core 3. Quad core processors. What is a logical processor? Logical processors are like a dual core core 20 type. Means this is 2 cores. Each core is divided into 2 parts. Or a sandwich, double cores are there, 2 cores are there. That's a logical processor. Means it's a 2 core, 4 logical processors. 2 core, 4 logical processor type. Okay. For example, it is 4 core. If you take hyperthreading, it means 4 core, 8 logical processors. 4 core, 8 logical processor. Okay. Later these technologies, they put a name in Intel, we got i3, i5, i7 kind of stuff. That is from Intel. In AMD having Ryzen name is there. Okay, Athlon is actually dual core processor, so remaining are a multi-core processors only. Okay, even if you take a mobile phone, quad core processor, okay, octa core processor, deca core processor are there. Okay, so compulsory check in your processor, number of cores, number of logical processor. 2 core, 2 logical compared to 2 core, 4 logical is best one. 4 core, 4 logical comparatively. So sorry, if you compare 4 core, 8 logical is best one. Of course, virtualization is enabled and it is L3 cache memory is 3 MB cache memory. So if you want to buy any processor, for example, I want to buy i5, the 11th generation it is showing. So I'll go to 11th generation. So I'm going to this Intel website. See, this is processors information. See, it is showing 12 MB cache memory up to 4.5 gigahertz clock speed, the speed of processor. Number of cores are 6, number of threads are 12. Base speed is not bus speed, it's a base speed. It will show somewhere. Yeah, max turbo 4.5 is showing 12 MB cache memory. This is the wattage consumption. It supports a RAM capacity up to 128 GB RAM. 128 GB up to 128 GB RAM. We can connect it. It supports 2 RAMs only, 2 slots, 2 RAMs. We can able to insert like 64 plus 64. Okay. Next one is this is the front side bus, means you have a processor and you want to buy a RAM, so you have to buy a RAM with these specifications. So 3200 megahertz, 3200 megahertz clock speed RAMs only it is suitable, like DDR4. This processor having a internal graphical memory. Internal graphic memory is there. That is a memory type is UHD graphics memory. Okay. It support HDMI, this type of resolution also it will support. 4K type. It is a socket type. This is a socket type. Intel virtual instruction set is a 64-bit processor. That's it is 64-bit. Instruction set 64 means 64-bit processor. Virtualization technology also supported. Okay, so here it is speed of a processor, bit width 32-bit processor or 64-bit processor. FSB means that 3200 as shown now. So 3200 megahertz, that is the FSB of your processor, which is must be equivalent to your RAM speed. So FSB, front side bus speed, will tell how much RAM speed you have to take it, what type of RAM it will receive. Every processor having a built-in cache memory is there. So check that cache memory. So better the cache memory, more the cache memory, better processing. Better cache memory, better processing. More cache memory, better processing, like that. Number of cores per processor, number of threads are a logical processor per processor. It's also you have to check. Nowadays, most of our processors are 64-bit processors only, and these 64-bit processors support a virtualization technology. What is the use of this virtualization technology? You can create a multiple virtual machines in your single physical machine. One physical server, you can create a multiple virtual machines. Intel, AMD are a main competitors for a processors manufacturing in a industry. Okay, not only Intel and AMD, for mobile phones, for other devices, you have a different processors. For example, Motorola via Qualcomm Snapdragon, mobile related, right? Qualcomm Snapdragon, MediaTek. Okay, like different companies are manufacturing different type of processor for their hardware purpose. In generally, for computers like a laptop or desktop, we are using Intel based processors or a AMD based processors. Guys, understand what are the things we have to check in the processor and how to check.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a small thing about 32-bit and 64-bit, guys. Whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit depends upon the bit, the bus width, instruction set size, data size is there. In 32-bit processor, the data size or instruction size is 32-bit. In 64-bit processor, the instruction and data size is 64-bit size. What is the use of 64? We have 32 earlier, now we have the 64. But what is the use of this 64? Instruction size is 64, means bigger instructions. Meaning is you can run very complex instructions compared to 32-bit, very complex instructions we can run. Of course, big size data also we can able to process it or transfer, copy, store also increases. Okay. Multi-core processing is possible. Virtualization is possible. 64-bit virtualization, multiple type of operating systems you can run in your virtual machines in single physical machine. Okay, so important one is, guys, bit size is increases and there is a advantages, and there is a small volume because of the size of the instruction or data increases. You need a more storage. Hard disk requirement, storage requirement increases, and RAM requirement is also increases. This is about a basic points of CPU. Okay, now up to now. Okay, I will tell about a difference between RAM and ROM, and about RAM I will tell, and then I will give you a break. After break, we will discuss about ROM, BIOS, and BIOS settings and remaining things also. Okay, so only RAM and ROM differences and about RAM. Okay, so what are the primary memories? Primary memories are RAM and ROM. Okay, what is RAM? Random access memory. ROM, read-only memory. Difference between RAM and ROM: RAM is a temporary memory, ROM is a permanent. RAM is a volatile memory, ROM is a non-volatile memory. What is the meaning of volatile memory? When your system is off or whenever the device is off or power is gone, when you disconnect from the power, data loss in volatile memory. Okay, even if your power is off or you disconnect from the power, data still remains in the device or a chip or whatever it is you can say. So that is non-volatile memory. Data is still available. Data will be there even power is off. Okay, that is a non-volatile memory. Normally, ROM is a non-volatile memory, but other examples for a non-volatile memory devices like a hard disk, SSDs, pen drives, SD cards, these are all comes under non-volatile memory. Think like you have a hard disk, even your power is on or off, hard disk contains a data. Right? Simple. Guys, RAM is a changeable. You can connect a RAM, you can remove the RAM, you can replace the RAM, you can add additional RAM also. RAM is a changeable. ROM is a fixed chip. It is a chip while manufacturing of ROM. So mostly they will put a instructions inside. That's it is a permanent memory. It is a simple chip on a motherboard. Unlike your RAM, we cannot change ROM. Unlike your RAM having a sizes like a 5 GB, sorry, 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, 12 GB RAM. RAM having a different sizes out there. ROM do not have any sizes like this. We cannot upgrade or downgrade your ROM sizes also because ROM that it is comes with a chip. What are the chip content data? What are the chip size? It is that size only. Yeah, now RAM. RAM is random access memory. It is also called as a main memory. Primary memories are RAM and ROM. Secondary memories are hard disk, CD, DVD, floppy disk. These are the secondary memories. Okay, what is a main memory? RAM is a main memory. Okay, so your main memory is your RAM, random access memory. It store data temporarily. Why it is storing data temporarily, guys? Whenever you load instruction in RAM give it to processor process it and give it to RAM give it to IO devices. So everything is loading through RAM only. It is like a fetching type. Okay. Volatile memory. It is nothing but a volatile. This RAM actually two type of RAMs are there. One is static RAM, another one is dynamic RAM. Static RAM and dynamic RAM. The static RAM is SRAM, dynamic RAM is DRAM. The static RAM is we are not using SRAM because it is very faster than DRAM, and also we use this static RAM as a cache memory, which is built inside of your CPU. Like L1 cache memory, L2 cache memory, L3 cache memories are nothing but a SRAM. So already I showed 12 MB cache memory. What it is a SRAM which built inside our CPU only. Dynamic RAM, the RAM what actually we are connecting and disconnecting kind of stuff, those are a dynamic RAMs. In the dynamic RAM, like a DRAMs are different type of DRAMs are there. SDRAM, synchronous dynamic RAM, EDO RAM, ECC RAM, VRAM, different RAMs are there. This SDRAM actually we are using for our computing purpose. This SDRAM further develop into DDR SDRAM. This DDR again we have a different versions are released into the market like a DDR, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5. DDR5 is the latest RAM for computers which is released into market. Supporting is 12th generation of i3, i5, i7. Okay, DDR double data rate. DDR double data rate. Okay, the RAMs are always in different specifications. Importantly, size RAM, when you have a RAM, we don't see anything. We'll see only what is the size of RAM. Is it a
Sir,
4
how
GB RAM?
can we determine the model of our RAM?
Can we?
How can we determine model of our RAM? Like, if I want to know that what is the model of my RAM in my laptop, then how can
So
I?
did you check your system configurations? Here it is. Mine
Okay,
is
sir. Thank you.
DDR. Okay. Very good. And also you can use third-party application like a spicy, SPEC kind of stuff is in. Already I showed there. Okay, very good. So check it once. Okay, next one is, yeah, another one way is based on the clock speed. Also, we can determine what model of your RAM, and also we can understand the clock speed of CPU, the FSB of CPU, and RAM clock speed must be matches. Okay, based on that only we can buy our RAM. Okay, RAM in different sizes, different models, different voltage levels are there. Guys, you want to insert a new RAM, or you want to upgrade a RAM, or you want to replace the RAM, compulsory two things you have to check it. One is CPU, another one is motherboard. So what is your motherboard? Motherboard supporting slots, number of slots on motherboard, what type of memory it will support. If you have a machine like a desktop or laptop, it's supporting DDR3 model. Now you want to insert a DDR4. You cannot. You cannot replace DDR3 with a DDR4 or DDR4 with a DDR3. Not support. Okay. And also CPU support, like what is the maximum size support and this clock speed support, memory type support. It is there based on the CPU. And voltage levels based on your motherboard. Voltage levels also there, depends upon that you have to choose it. So you want to upgrade or replace the RAM, better to see your old RAM. So if you find that type RAM only directly, so specifications of your old RAM matches with the new RAM, then you can able to do like a upgradation, replacement, or a addition of RAM. Okay, so this is the some points in the RAM related. You guys understand RAM specifications? RAMs are in different packages, guys. So SODIMM. So I want to tell only one, that is a SODIMM packages. What is SODIMM? Small outline dual inline memory module. So SODIMM is used for a laptop purpose. SODIMM RAMs are used for a laptop and mini PCs purposes only. Normal RAMs. Example, normal RAMs are look like a lengthy type. These are all SODIMM type only. I didn't find any normal RAM. This is a normal RAM. So it is a little lengthy. This is a smaller, that is small outline memory module type. SODIMMs are like that. So this is a normal RAM. I didn't write anything here. So I will write also PC hardware. Guys, PC hardware, and the next one is operating system. Both are I don't give I will don't put anything on the notes. I will explain from BPT only. So please do not forget. So this is the link I'm sharing now. So these are the SODIMM packages. Static RAM, already we discussed, static RAM we are used as a cache memory. Guys, this is how the architecture original one. You have a CPU, inside a CPU you have a cache memory. So CPU load instruction from cache and give instructions and data to cache memory. This cache is connected to RAM. RAM is connected to IO controllers, and you are having input output devices are connected through this IO controller only. There is a north bridge and south bridge. North bridge will control the communication between CPU and RAM. Okay. South bridge will take care of other connectivities like a IO devices, peripherals, RAM connectivity. Okay. So I given input from my keyboard. So IO control understand. So where is the keyboard? What is their memory addressing? What is your instruction? So it is load, understand, and then give it to your RAM. So RAM to your CPU, CPU to your RAM. Okay. In between this, we have a cache memory which is built inside your CPU only. Okay. Next one is ROM. As I said, we'll give you a break. So ROM, BIOS settings, CMOS batteries, motherboards, SMPS. We'll discuss as a first part, second part, then we'll see the hard disk part again. Okay, so take a break, guys. Take 10-15 minutes of break because we already came on 3 o'clock. Now it is around 3:15. We started.